nothing major so far. I feel like it might be easier for black to block on this side, um, because otherwise you're gonna lose Sente, probably, and you either lose Sente or you're gonna have to Tenuki a big move like A, right? Later on, white can do stuff like this, um, and so it's like white gets more territory, and you need to fix your shape. So, and if you answer, now you lose center, right? So there's nothing wrong with that variation actually. Maybe you lose like 1 point max, but it's harder for black to deal with that variation nowadays actually, because especially given that people are studying with AI, if you answer here, AI really likes invading the top because it's very difficult to build anything from A now. And if you don't build anything from it, you might get under attack. So white might get this sort of stuff in, and now your wall is making like 0 points. So um, there's nothing wrong with it, but if you do it like this, let's say white pushes again, now I feel like it's easier for you because you take the territory on the right side while doing the same thing I just mentioned, but now to white, because you can soon peep at A. Maybe you can even peep directly. Usually, this peep is against the two stones. Is way harder for white to not connect. So white wants to avoid this connection, because if white connects, black can play on the right side now, and white isn't making any points. White would like to answer like this, um, but since these are two stones, this is still possible, but it's gonna get harder to deal with the cut now. It's still okay, I think. I would rather play from here first, and white won't want to do anything in this region, so you're gonna get the peep anyways. Um, but okay, you. I think it's possible to tenuki this because these are three stones, not two. If you tenuki from here, then it's too much. It's too severe. On the head of the two stones in this Joseki is too much. I would still answer at B, but I think this is possible. Um, mm-hmm. And but you see that uh, but anyways, it's playable, I think. What else? Yeah, okay. Uh, okay. This move, I think it's big, but since it's open on A, the right side got devalued by quite a bit. So it's going to be difficult for you to build anything, uh, especially because white can do this incentive pretty much. So you're not going to have any territory in this region, and white should probably do this right away, actually. Um, yeah, if you do this right away as white, there's no chance for black to Tenuki, quite frankly, because this would break black's shape on the right too much, and there is a chance at some point black might want to come back here and try to get some territory on the right side. Although the cut is still a thing, so yeah, white can still postpone this. Um, but mm, keep going. G3. Oh, I see. Uh, AI would probably recommend you to invade again. Yeah. Uh, AI really likes to invade the free, and it likes it even more when white gets an extra Hoshi on the side. Uh, and this is an ideal case from even before AI actually, invading the free. If we have, let's say, two Hoshis invading the free is key because one of the sides will become more or less redundant. So if we play it out, so let's say we play like this. Now white can still block here and it's big, yeah. But we see that this stone is a little bit too distant from B. Um, and the left side is open as well. So the A stone is kind of in an awkward position. And if white blocks on the other side, now the bottom has been kind of deleted, and the left side, okay, you can still get an extension there, but it's still invadable as well. uh, and if you protect like this, you can minimize from the side. So it's not like white is losing anything here, but this is the way AI thinks. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. But this is okay as well. What you played is okay. Mm. But keep going. What were you going to say? Mm-hmm. Both are playable. Both are playable. It, yeah, you're doing well. Uh, okay. Again, very nice extension. You play really well in the Fuseki. Like you're playing at done level in the Fuseki, for frankly. Uh, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Here you could like you can. I don't know if pushing up is the ideal, but you could connect. Uh, like there sometimes there is an issue with these attachments, but here like okay, you're going to, oh no, oh there is an issue actually. So you can just do this and it's a collapse. But oh, you can resist like this, but yeah, in this case it won't be a good idea because your group here is too damaged, um, and white is not weak enough for this to be good compensation. So yeah, mm, this attachment is an issue actually. Um, no way for you to. Well, if you push here and white draws back like this, then now you can connect, and it's big because both groups are alive and you take territory. And since your groups are alive, you don't need to worry about anything. So you have no debt. You can just play freely from now. And this is how one of the most famous players ever, Chochi-kun, used to play. Do you know who Chochi-kun is? Yeah, Chochi-kun once said that. So one journalist asked him, um, "Why do you play for invasions and poking at shapes and trying to invade the opponent's moyo? Do you ever want to play from thickness? I don't know. Why do you always play like this?" Uh, and Chochi-kun replied, "There is nothing thicker than a living group. So if your group is alive, it's pure strength because you have no debt, and only your opponent needs to worry. And when you connect here, both of your groups get to be alive and you get territory. On the other hand, if your groups become divided later, uh, your opponent might find problems on both sides. Uh, this reinforces this group quite well, but the territory now is open, for example, from C. And given that white has C, white has number 2 here, there are some shenanigans white could try. So for example, here black can get to be alive if he drops down, but usually you want to capture. But if we capture, then there is this go, and if we go down, it's already a minor gain for white, and white can get now this tiger's mouth shape, which helps with living with this group if it ever comes into danger. Um, uh, yeah, and at the very least, in that variation, let's see, at the very least we have this ascente, or this ascente maybe. For example, a classic pattern is to play like this, and it depends. Sometimes it is center, sometimes it isn't, but usually black wants to Atari here. But now white doesn't need to connect, and this stone helps a lot with potential invasions around C. If black doesn't connect, I mean doesn't answer, there's this, and then you can just kill. So in this case it is center. And if you answer like this, you can play here. So anyways, in this case we will be center, so black needs to Atari, and now you can invade here. This is called the scorpion shape. This is the small scorpion shape. The big scorpion shape is when the stone is here. So this is a very nice, yeah, the claws of the scorpion. Yeah, B and 4. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tiger's mouth, right? But it's a tiger's mouth, but with an extra stone around here, or if it's the big scorpion shape, it's 2 stones, 2 extra stones, and this happens a lot. This happens a lot in modern Go, post AI Go, because of the free invasions, right? So let's black can get the scorpion shape here as well, or try to, and yeah, it's a very flexible shape because black gets almost an eye, while gets almost an eye in center, and more or less. In this case, since white is kind of out, white might not need to answer, but usually white wants to answer here. And now you get the C move in center, and this can help with living, with moving out. It's much more useful. Not much more useful, but it's very useful if you come into danger to have a stone at C, because it might help with linking up to D. Okay. Yeah, and this bump, well, you prefer to just connect. When you bump here, your opponent can just cut through your Kema, right? And now, what did you get from this bump? You reduce the liberties on these 2 stones, but at the cost of getting cut through from B. So this bump is less, is not as good as just linking up. then there is no cut, right? Maybe you thought, oh, if he cuts through, maybe I can poke like this, or maybe cut at some point. But since he can capture here, and these stones are not under a shortage of liberties, it's a clean net. It's not even a ladder. Uh, so, yeah, this bump reduced your liberties as well. Okay, but okay, these moves are good. Um, I think you could continue just to disconnect both groups. If you play like this, white needs to do something about A. Maybe he'll try to live inside, but while he tries to live inside, you can solidify the territory at the top. And playing a move like 1 helps with reducing white's territory around A later. So it's a very valuable move for multiple reasons. When you play here, white can just poke through. And yeah, if you wanna protect in an ambitious way, maybe you could attach here, and then you get more territory. Something like this could be possible. Yeah, it's okay. I think it's okay. I still prefer playing here. And then maybe, like, let's say if white moves out somehow, then maybe you can attach now. Makes sense. Oh, he plays it. Yeah, this shape here, uh, this shape from here to here is called the elephant's jump. Yeah, the monkey jump is it's like from the second line. From the second line, we jump in an ogama shape, a long L, and this is the monkey jump. For the elephant's jump, we usually only play it if we are more or less strong enough on the outside. Let me give you an example. There used to be this Fuseki before AI with the small Shimari here, and it was very common for white to invade here, not invade but split the side, and we would get into something like this. And yeah, in this case, let me just play the 2 space extension, and pretty soon, let's say white tenukis, pretty soon, or maybe, yeah, maybe not now, but oh, maybe from this side it makes more sense and it's clearer as well. So if you play the elephant's jump from here, oh, and by the way, this is called the elephant's jump because in Xiangqi, or Chinese chess, there's a piece called the elephant, and it jumps diagonally one space further from its original position. That's why it's called the elephant jump. And its defect is the elephant's eye. That's what it's called, the defect at A. But here, since we have the extra strength of B, when white pokes, we can get back with a Kema to more or less cleanly seal white in. Even if white tries to cut, we can go out with this stone, and white still needs to worry about the AB group. And this defect isn't that big an issue. It is an issue, but not that big an issue. It might be a bigger issue than I thought, but well, we can just drop down here and it should be fine. The more intense move is to connect, but it might get complicated like this. But still, white hasn't paid its debt on the right side. And do you know how? Well, there are multiple ways of not maybe not killing white, but at least making white's shape into a nihilist blob, I guess. Do you know what the defect is for the elephant's eye poke shape, more or less? There's a weakness in white trying to poke here. So white can poke, but it leaves a weakness behind. So let's say it's like this. Uh, oh, the attachment. Sometimes the attachment is the Tsuji. In this case, it might work actually. So there is this sort of thing, and if, yeah, in this case, oh, yeah, and white cannot connect, right? Because you can just capture. So in this case, the cut isn't working because of that. But the defect I was trying to point out is, let's say white comes here, and now white hasn't lost the liberties around A, so attaching won't work because this cut white can just capture, and it should be okay. Well, black can get this counter Atari and connect, but there's a lot of Agi in the corner. White can probably live, maybe. Still dicey, and there's this cut as well. Yeah, there's this ladder, so even simpler. The defect for this shape is maybe black would choose to first come out with this, or this, and we get another elephant's jump here. But the defect is this move. So we have the Kusumi poking at the elephant's jump, and the Tsuji is to play here, because if white comes here, we can link up, get territory, stabilize our corner even more, and steal white's base. And if white blocks from here, then we can just link up on the other side. It's many so often there is this wedge, the Suji, and in this case it seems to work better than I thought as well. Let's see, maybe this is good enough for black, but losing those tones is just too much. So black gets profit on the right side, but it's not so good, because losing these keystones is just too big, and now this defect is getting very urgent to defend. So poking at this defect right now doesn't seem like a very good idea, but it's still there. So first you defend, now you kind of eliminate the wedge, and if white wants to come out, now we have both of these to use. On the other side, if you play the elephant's jump, it's a little bit more difficult to contain white, because if you play like this, since this stone is not as strong as this Kosumi, you're gonna have to defend it, and you can still lock white in actually. White won't get very far. Yeah, but it's still playable actually. You just need to be careful not to play, for example, this honey, because white is just going to honey back, and if you need to answer, then white gets a tiger's mouth. White now is out. Uh, the the AB stones are isolated, and so yeah, this wasn't very well fall through. So it's better to absorb some damage on the right side. uh, the damage won't be much, so yeah, it's not a worry. You can just come back here, and these ABC moves are nice for the outside, and white still needs to defend probably, and it's difficult to defend because if you jump, then you can peep and apply the same Tetsuji here. Um, so yeah, there is all that on the elephant's jump. Okay, okay. Mm. Yeah, because he's going to poke here, and your best defense would probably be like this to preserve your territory and protect the A stone. But when he pushes here, this stone is not in a good place anymore. It's getting damaged, right? And if you get damaged too much with it, then there is no attack against the BC group anymore. So it was better for you to poke here, maybe attach. Um, yeah, these are the two best options here on the board. You could also think about stuff like this, and then you get yeah, you get to defend the top side on a large scale. White has moves like these, but you do get a healthy top side. Um, this is usually not a very good idea for white. Um, yeah, this might be like a better playing from here might be the better version of playing this. So yeah, I still prefer this. First you play this, he somehow gets out, and then maybe you can now play this, and now you get a huge top right. Yeah, when he plays here, he's making your move here looks brilliant because you fix your shape, you get everything, and he gets nothing. He only gets a heavier shape. So now, what did B do for white? Nothing. So yeah, it's a fail for him. He gets to protect his territory around the center, but his territory expanded by like this much, probably, maybe a little bit more. But if you play moves that are worth less than 12 points in the early middle game, it's probably a fail, because yeah, like this you're getting like 10 points, and it's Gote as well. Your opponent is gonna get a very big point right now, like you as black. So yeah, not a good idea. I would like to invade here, but it might be, yeah, it's probably still playable, but it might complicate things. If white resists, um, you can still run away, but the A move deletes a bit of territory on the left side. The left side isn't that big, so getting these two moves in at the cost of maybe an invasion at around, he can invade up to E, but getting C and D at the cost of a possible jump to E, I think is a pretty cheap cost actually. And when you get C and D, F is much more likely to happen, to be successful, the F invasion. But you also have to be mindful about the F invasion because you never linked up to G. If you had linked up to G, linked up H to G, then invading an F would be very likely and very easy for you because you wouldn't have to worry about anything. But now you do. And if you want to get more territory, the best move you can make now is this. Because if you play this double two space jump, white can just get in. And now it's difficult to protect the top while protecting the left. If you get the Keima here, especially since he gave you the AB exchange, the top side is very strong and healthy for you. So you can be as ambitious as you can with C. Oh, I see. C9. Oh, I see. Let's see. Let's go back to that invasion. Attach. You mean this? It is possible in many cases. Sometimes you need to play like this. But if you play like this, then black can just more or less link up. The biggest resistance for white would be something like this, but this sometimes is difficult for white because maybe black can rescue these stones. In this case, yeah, maybe you can keep on going. There's still a cut here, and these stones are not very healthy. You're almost linking up to C, so yeah, this is tough for white. It's much more likely white will play something like this. Getting the A move in helps with protecting the invasion at B, and yeah, at least white is thick on the outside. But it's already a loss, so white would like to prevent this. The biggest resistance in this shape is probably this, but this is an empty triangle. It's already like it's already bad shape, and black can follow it up with the same type of shape, and yeah, maybe white can still get the left side, but yeah, in this way it's gonna be a little bit dicey because if white captures, black can just go down and this cut okay, but you're losing a lot on the left side. So to link up, white has this Suji, but this is already a gain for black because black is reducing the left side at a pretty cheap cost. So usually when you play the empty triangle, your fighting shape goes down a lot, and this sort of thing is very similar to this corner, right? Because white has usually three options. White can go down, white can play the empty triangle, and white can play C. In the corner, if white plays C, now it's easier to capture this stone, but black can get a call here. What's gonna happen usually is black will keep on playing elsewhere, and at some point white might come back to play this honey and cancel the call. But white has to be careful because black might want to keep on playing elsewhere and just tenuki, because this capture is big but not that big. This sort of thing is much bigger, so white needs to time things out carefully. And from black's perspective, black doesn't even need to do this right away. black can just wait, because there is a chance black might get 5 first, and if black gets 5 first, black can go down, and this steals a lot more territory in the corner instead of doing this. Okay, you kept on playing. Okay, all seems good. Let's see. It tends to be a little bit more clean if you, instead of hunting, you keima. Usually you get some more options when you go a little bit further than just hunting. We usually play the honey if we want to press more on our opponent's shape, but yeah, it's similar. Okay. Okay, this one. In this case, it might work, but there is some magi for your opponent to play like this and try to rescue these 2 stones. In this shape, one Tetsuji you have is to play the Keima. This avoids a lot of that sort of agi with this cut. It's very similar to this Joseki, where white might play this right away or later. Let's say white plays here and then black plays somewhere else, and eventually white gets here. If black kicks to try to protect the corner and leaves things like this, even with the jump here, there's still this sort of cut. So it might get dangerous for black to jump right away. In this shape, to protect that defect, usually black first kicks and then jumps. But there's still a defect here with the wedge. It might get difficult to defend both the top side connection and the cutting point around B. So let's say this happens. Now white has the option of cutting it, cutting here. If black plays from here, white can go in first and then choose to play something like this and then come out. There are all sorts of shenanigans here, but it's an okay shape. The only problem, the bigger problem for black is that the A-B exchange helps white get profit on the top side quite a bit. So it isn't ideal for you to exchange those things. In the game, white kicked and continued here. Since there's this defect, well, we usually say that the Kosumi, the B Kosumi, is well, Kosumis in general are weaker than the Nobis, because Nobis are fully connected and they have plenty of liberties, but the BD Kosumi is not 100% connected yet. It can become connected, but they are 2 detached zones, and they have the defect at A. So you need to be very mindful about that defect, and often we need to protect the BD exchange with a jump like this. But in this case, it feels bad because the jump isn't developing too much territory around A. So maybe the jump was a mistake. I would say, um, I would say just don't kick. I mean, not the jump was a mistake, but the jump would be a mistake. But an even bigger mistake is probably the kick. You don't want to kick. If anything, you would rather play something like this. It protects the left side way better for white, and um, black is too close. The B black shape is too close to C, so it gets over concentrated, and having a D stone helps the E group a lot. Um, so this would be much better for white. Okay, okay. Now he cut through you. Oh, you played from this. Mm, yeah, this group is kind of unclear still. Um, yeah, you probably need some sort of defense. But playing B is an empty triangle, um, which usually doesn't feel great. Um, I don't know if it's the best move, but it usually doesn't feel great. And when you play here, uh, if white just, let's say, drops down, it damages the corner group a little bit. And it's not 100% clear yet if you're alive. White's playing at A feels a little bit too slow and passive, but it might be good enough against this empty triangle. And at the very least, white could Hane. And now, mm, so for example, if you play something else, there's at least this, right? Huh? Okay. Okay. Uh, let's see. If um, yeah, if you run and connect as white, it might be good enough to damage black's shape. But yeah, it still doesn't feel like uh, anything very ideal. Um, Maybe if you start from here, it might be good enough because you're blocking a huge chunk in the center, and black would like to get some sort of protection here. And at any point, you can get a honey in on either side. Yeah, maybe just the honey on top here. Um, if black connects, now you can. Mm, Now you can maybe Atari and block. Yeah, you get to block a huge chunk of the center. And if black plays this, which is usually Sente, yeah, you can still connect because black won't get too far in and the corner is still big. But maybe you can even consider just blocking like this. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. Um, yeah, just block like this, protect the corner if black does this move. Black won't get far because you can just block, so it isn't an issue. yeah, playing softly like this seems effective enough. Yeah. Hmm. This move, you have an opportunity here. Can you see? Oh, I mean, if you were white, can you see what the problem is here? Can you what? You can play here, right? Q2, and then if black captures, then white gets the corner, and black doesn't even get a single Y, right? So this is kind of a disaster. What you need to do is protect like this, and um, yeah, it helps. It helps with eye shape in the corner. Uh, white now might want to just maybe drop down and get these moves in center, and then finally move back to playing stuff like this. And now you need to leave somehow. Maybe you play like this as white. I don't know if it's enough actually. I haven't been counting the points, uh, but white has gained quite a bit from this attack on both sides. You know? Another Tetsuji that sometimes pops up, not sometimes, it quite often pops up in this shape for white, is to play this. If black blocks, white can cut, and now, yeah, in this case, maybe because you can, oh, you can't. Yeah, in this case, it won't work. Mm. Yeah, black can block like that. Nothing else for white. Yeah, just, well, if it doesn't work, you shouldn't play. But yeah. So black had a chance now. Okay. You don't need to protect this. It's already good enough. Although, if you're gonna protect, you should protect from this side. Because again, white can play here, and if white plays this, you're gonna face a lot of damage here. I don't even know if it's kinda, when he plays here, you need to give up on the one stone. It's still protected, but okay. Mm, yeah, and you played an empty triangle as well, right? And the A stones have a ton of liberties, and it's very difficult for white to move in from this direction. White would rather try to move in from the C direction. Uh, mm, okay. Oh, you need to come back, I think, because there are no other big moves. Okay, maybe if you invade here and it's successful, but your group around A doesn't look all that healthy for you to do anything about it. So the big move I'm referring to is you maybe you can. Oh, maybe in this case, the best for you would be to somehow protect. Mm, I'm thinking about something like this. in order to try to protect both the AB shenanigans and the C defects. But this doesn't protect anything actually, because there is still this. Oh, it does. Yeah, there's nothing here. But what white can do is this, which is a very big and annoying reduction on the top. But it might be inevitable. You might have no option on that side. Yeah, the other option is for you to play the tiger's mouth here, and once when white plays like this, you just give way. Maybe this is the best because it's gote for white as well, so if white captures here, you get sent back to play a big move, so there's at least that. If you don't play anything, if you play like you did in the game, white should attach. And when white attaches, if you want to protect the center, okay, but white is going to slide in and everything's gone. Yeah, this all doesn't feel that great because it's not possible to disconnect the A group from the B stone, and you have holes in your shape, right? Even like the D, E, F, G shapes are not that clear, because if white plays here and you cut, now white can Atari and go down, and you're gonna die. So you would then need to like give way somehow. I don't know how. If white gets to cut through you, yeah, it's a little bit painful. I don't know how you fix this, but maybe this is the best you can do. But yeah, do you have any other questions for this game? We can continue reviewing this game next time, but do you have any other questions? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but as usual, you're playing amazingly in the opening stages. I feel like many of the problems you're facing are just a matter of experience. Uh, the elephant's jump is not something you come up with just from playing. You need experience with someone teaching you about it, and it happening in your games as well, because there are gonna be many variations on the elephant's jump and elephant's eye.